join discord.gg/flat earth and enter a check-in room. Someone will come along and verify you to get involved in the conversation about our Earth.
You should now be able to engage us. I mean, he has a listening pass. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it means he can't talk or interact with us in the live stream text. So by removing it and giving him VC verify, he's allowed to interact and see live stream text. That I think I remember that. I'm not sure.
Why do you only have a listening pass?
Oh, can you guys hear me now?
Listen,
Yeah, we can hear you.
yeah, bro.
Oh man, what's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
I have no idea what that was about, but appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, no worries. Blue Jumper vouched for you, Henry too. So
Thanks. I guess I gotta talk to those folks. I came here to ask for help because I was kind of wondering if you guys were making some kind of like flat earth support community.
I guess I see why they gave you the listening pass. You don't got no satellites where you live, huh? Yeah. Robot.
No satellites, man.
You're roboting a little bit, bro.
Oh, well, that would do it. Can you hear me now? Maybe
Yes.
I'll go to the window.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was just saying. I came here to ask for help, and I was kind of wondering if you guys were. I had an idea where we could probably make some kind of like a flat Earth community support type of thing, because the globalists they have like such a strong in-group preference. They completely shun anybody else who doesn't support their agenda, and they completely support everybody that does. And it just makes, and since they're the ones that have all the power, it makes the rest of us like struggle kind of in their system. So it's like if we all banded together and just freaking only supported each other and stopped buying crap at like Walmart and all this kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure we could topple their little system. If enough people...
I would submit that, because I was just speaking earlier about how wealth and riches is a mentality. It begins with a mentality, and we just have a poor mentality. I like not buying. Well, technically, yes, not buying their products, including the mind virus. That has people believing that it's a globe. That would actually change everything. But
right, see what I'm saying?
But you could also live perfectly in the system as well, because the system
I mean,
itself is
but
God's.
you'll always be enslaved to it, right?
No, the system itself is God's system, and then
I'm talking about their system though.
Yeah, I'm talking about the government. Like when people say the government, that's an ambiguous term. Like in how the government is set up here in America, the people that are complaining about the government are the people that are signing up for the slavery side. So I'm like, no wonder you hate it so much. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, like if everybody stopped supporting all their stuff, everybody stopped paying taxes.
That's non sequitur. What I'm saying that people voluntarily, with their mentalities, choose the lack side when there's a perfectly good side that is not that. Like they have a choice and they choose the impoverished side.
Are you talking about like people choosing
to them? I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose. Say again. What was that?
Oh, you're breaking up. You cut out. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying people are choosing the side that's going to lead them to poverty or leave them in poverty. Is all I'm saying. Like when you don't have to make that choice. Like I try to
And are
tell
you talking
people,
about
hey,
poverty in terms of like finances, or in terms of relationships, or in terms of spirituality, or?
both, because you need a certain mentality to build relationships and have money. Like it's all connected.
But their money is the root of
No, it's not.
the
It's not their money. It's our money.
the Federal Reserve notes is their money.
No,
Gold and
yeah,
silver and like,
but the taxes that run the government, that is our money.
well, it was until they took it from you.
No, that's the point that I'm trying to make. That's our money though. Like the problem is the
So how do
side
I
of
get
the
it back?
system that I'm sorry.
Oh, I said, how do I get it back then? Like all the money that I paid into the
You don't give
tax
it to
system.
them because you don't have to.
Well, I
That's what
don't,
I'm trying to.
right?
No,
But
no,
the
no, no.
money
I
that I
don't mean
did,
not paying your taxes. I mean there's two systems and people sign up for the version that leaves them impoverished when they don't have to within the same system. You don't have to kick the system. You don't have to not be a part of the system. You don't have to steal taxes from the system. You can be a part of the system, work the system, input what you want, and get what you deserve. But people don't do that. They do the slave part of it forever because the school system teaches them exactly what they should do, which is the wrong thing.
well, yeah. Well, how do you go about whatever you're talking about? So, like, how do you operate it correctly then?
No, you don't give all of your money to the government.
Well, I
It's
don't give
that
any money
simple.
to government except for when I buy things at the
Well,
store. I
you're
have to
not.
pay
You're
sales
then you
tax.
don't count. We're talking about people who are a part of the system. You don't
Yeah.
count, so I can't help that. Right?
Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying though is if everybody decided to stop paying taxes, I think
Then
they would.
then the government would be fucked up, but we don't want that. Not I don't want that because again, the government is God's government. It's just fucked up people that are heading certain positions and ignorant people who are letting things happen to them that they don't need to let happen to them. That's all that's happening.
Yeah.
When I say they don't need to let those things happen, like I'll tell someone, hey, if you like really busted your ass, you could choose any business structure. It doesn't even matter what it is. Any system. All systems work. It's just most people quit most systems, right? Yes or no? The school system, a job. Most people have how many jobs? Thousands. I don't know. Obviously, that's hyperbole. When it comes to the gym, same thing. Most people get memberships. Most of them quit. Like so, health. Most people know what their doctor informs them to do, but they do the opposite. Everyone quits. So systems aren't the problem. It's people's mentality. That's the problem. So I tell people, hey, yo, I mean, I give people solutions, but the problem isn't the government. I promise you. Because you would have the
Well,
same problem in whatever system you would like to create. Why? Because of people's mentality. If that's not the thing people focus on, people don't choose to make dumb decisions. If people are hell bent on choosing to make a dumb decision, you can't stop that, no matter what system you put them in.
I
That's
mean, you
just the
can
cold
give
hard
them the
fact.
tools to educate them properly so they can make good decisions.
I see. I would challenge that because then what I do is talk to people about finances a lot, right? Most people don't have the discipline to implement the plans they know will work for them. So when you say we just give people the tools, that's what I do. Most people don't do it.
Yeah, well, that's great, but you're just one person, right? So what I'm saying is if we all band together and figure out how we can best help each other in the best way for each individual, right? Because everybody's going to need something different.
Not really. We don't need different water, do we? Or do we all drink water?
No, I'm talking about from a mental perspective, right? Different people have different experiences, which
Well, if that's true, then why
shapes
am
their.
if that's true, then why? Well, it probably is true to some extent, but what I'm challenging that with is the fact that even though what you're saying is right, people choose one specific thing that causes all of their problems. That like, so you're saying why don't we just? And I'm like, no, no. People are choosing what they have. Choosing. You're like, why don't they? Why don't you? We just help them choose because everybody has a different mentality. Well, if everybody's so different, why has everybody signed up for the portion of America that is the slave side? Why? When like you can look
It's
over
because
and
we were
see
born
other
into it,
people
man.
that are what?
Were you not born into it? They gave your mom a birth certificate when you were a baby. You had no choice in the matter.
Yeah, what's that got to do with anything? I mean, I get it. I know. I like yes. I know. Wink, wink, nod, nod. I know. Still, you can you can attain massive amounts of money whenever the fuck you feel like. Is it going to take a little time and effort? A little time and effort, not 40 years worth of time and effort, not 30 years worth of time and effort. That's not that's not necessary. But what do people do? Work for their entire life for someone else.
Yeah,
And when you try to
right.
tell them, hey,
Yeah,
do something
they
else,
don't
they're like,
know.
nah, I'm good. I got
Yeah,
my
because
job. I got my
they're too comfortable.
benefits. I'm
The thing is, they're
straight.
comfortable.
Hmm.
Once people get uncomfortable enough, that's when crap hits the fan, and that's why they've kept us so comfortable over the last, I don't know, 50 to 100 years. You know, when they did this crap in Germany, they did it in like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years at most, and then the whole thing just collapsed, and everybody was starving, and then everybody revolted. But when they did it in America, it's taken the last 100 years, so people are like not even really noticing that it's gotten so bad. And it's not even that bad yet.
Yes, you are. You're right.
But anyway, so I'm supposed to talk to some folks, I guess, in some channel that I wasn't able to access before. But hey, man, it was great talking with you.
Can you see all of the
Hold on.
wait a minute, I think you might need a role, like an additional role. Well, can you see chill chat just as a test?
I saw it before. I just
Mm,
couldn't say anything in it.
okay.
But
Well,
I just wanted to
see if you
ask
can, and
if there
if
was.
you have any problems, just contact me if I'm around. I'll
Well,
help you
oh,
out.
okay. And you're Elijah, right? I think
Yes.
Elijah. Yeah, good
Okay,
to
well,
meet you.
you went through a process down here, so Flying High and I are back down here since they let you talk. We were waiting up there on you while you were down here talking, so we just came on back
Oh,
down.
yeah. I was trying not to be rude. I was like, "Hello, thank you for un whatever muting me or whatever it was," and then we just end up talking. So sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I feel like as long as you agree to the welcome page, the rules and the terms of service, they can
Where is
go
that?
ahead and give you the VC verified role here. Since you've already
English.
talked, you've already kind of given an idea of who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just kind of came to ask for help because I'm trying to build a channel at the moment and I don't have 1,000 subscribers, and YouTube is like, so greedy that they're not giving it people any money that don't have it. So I was just kind of trying to figure out who I can ask to help me do that, because I know you guys have like a ton of people in here, and surely somebody would be interested in the music that I'm making.
What kind of music you make?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
You came to the right place. Don't get discouraged if you throw a fish line out there. Is that what you call it? I don't know.
yeah,
And nobody bites initially. Like a lot of people. It's like a revolving door. People come in and out of here, and eventually one day someone will go, "Yeah, that's a good idea." And it
yeah.
just 2 people to talk about it, then 3, and then I'll come on
Right.
board, claiming, "Whoa, why didn't you ever say anything?" Sure, I'm in. Like that's how it works. So
Yeah,
good
yeah,
luck,
no,
bro.
I make videos about like the music from different games. Like right now, I'm working on Final Fantasy 16 because it just came out like a few days ago, and so I'm just putting together some of the soundtracks from that. So it's nothing like world changing, but it's just something that I like doing, and I loved music my whole life, and I wanted to major in music, but I actually ended up majoring in space engineering. So I don't. Some of you guys might be kind of new. I joined when the server first was um, made,
Yeah.
and I used to work at NASA, and now I'm a flat earther, so that's always fun.
Dang, your
And no, I'm
robot and the
not a
man trying to get
Freemason.
you down.
I'll go back
But
by the
I
window.
heard
Can you
most
guys
of
hear
it
me
though.
now?
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Worked at NASA.
will somebody give him the VC verified role?
Yeah, I
Just
worked at
asking.
NASA. I was a propulsion engineer. But
Okay.
here's the thing, man. They don't. It's like the people at NASA. They're just kind of working on their daily job, especially if they're at a computer like me. I was just doing my simulations and making sure that the outputs were correct and the inputs were correct, and that we'd get enough thrust for whatever conditions that they gave us. And it's like we never got to see our products actually in space or anything. It's not like they send people up to be like, oh, yep, the thruster's working. So it's
You mean
like
a
everybody that
second law
works
of
at NASA
thermodynamics?
isn't like everybody that works at NASA isn't just a space shill or anything like that. Is all I'm
No,
trying
it's
to say.
compartmentalised, and they've all got their own jobs, and they stick to their jobs, and it's on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But yeah,
Quick
that's kind of
question.
my.
What's an example of a simulation that you would have done, and what software did you use?
I used COMSOL. Are you a simulation guy?
No, just curious.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, well, it was an electric thruster, and basically you have like a little sieve that lets these tiny, tiny little particles through. They're called nanoparticles, and basically what they do is they charge them up with electricity, and then they have a what is it called? A delta. Man, it's been so long. Basically, they had 2 plates put together, very, very close but not touching, and one of them is charged to like 40,000 volts, and one of them's charged to like grounded, and that's how they were able to expel those particles out via the charge. And it only created like a tiny, tiny little thrust. It's like almost like if you were to poke your finger to somebody, like that's how much it would expel.
They're basically just a Van der Graaf generator.
It's pretty much just they say it's to kind of orient the satellite the correct way, like because it's supposedly in space, right? Everything's kind of whirling around and spinning around, and it's supposed to be to kind of stabilize it and to keep it facing the correct way, which is called attitude in their terminology.
When in your career did you know that there wasn't a ball, that maybe what you're doing is?
It was after I left NASA, actually. So I worked at a few other car companies after that, and yeah. So I had already been out by that time. But the thing of it is, like, how I came to the flat Earth was somebody. I don't know if it was on Gab. It might have been on Gab. I was telling them about God knows what, and they were telling me something about how the Earth was flat, and I was like, bro, I worked at NASA. There's no way the Earth is flat. And then he showed me like all these videos, and I watched them. It was like 4 hours. I was like, dude, he's right. Because the thing of it is, it was easier for me because I had experience in NASA before. Like, I've been at Johnson Space Center. I've been up on the microgravity flight doing testing and the high altitude chamber and all this kind of stuff. Like, I know how they simulate space. Not that I was in on faking people out about it, but I just realized, oh my God, like that is what they do. Because I've been there and I've seen it. I've seen the neutral buoyancy lab. They have the whole freaking space, International Space Station underwater. And that's where they do the,
moonwalk. I mean, the spacewalks.
Yeah, the spacewalks. But so they say that's where they do the practice sessions. But obviously, seeing as how there's bubbles rising in the true space footage, quote unquote, then clearly that's where they do the real thing too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, wow.
And it's just it can be hard for people to realize because just the gravity of it is so huge, man. It's like your whole life you think it's a ball and it spins, and the sun, the sun is up there and we're spinning, and that's what makes it move. But it's like it's so obvious now that is not the case. But when you're in that mindset, it's very difficult to make the switch. But it wasn't for me because I had so much exposure to all the stuff.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm late 30s, I guess. How about that?
Late 30s?
Yeah.
Right. When were you involved with working with NASA?
That was over 10 years ago. So
10 years ago?
It was a good while. Yeah. More than that, so.
You said you work with as a propulsion engineer?
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, you got out of college, I would assume, for this position?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay, and how long was the course in college that you had to take for this vocation?
Well, I took 5 years of schooling.
Okay, so after 5 years, you went to work with NASA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys have to know?
Is that correct? I'm on a LARP investigation.
Yep. Go ahead.
All right. So basically, you say that it took 5 years to complete schooling, and the reason why we usually do LARP investigations is because we don't know people doing live action role play to actually portray themselves to be somebody they're not, and then come into our server. This isn't the first time, by the way. People have purported to be NASA's satellite space engineers, data processing people, and all kinds of things. And then later on, throughout the course of our conversations with them, we've had many sessions with people like this, and all of a sudden we discover that things in their story, in their timeline, don't add up. And then we find them out to be LARPers, live action role play. They portray themselves to be somebody on the internet whom want to thwart the efforts of critical thinkers in our community by portraying themselves to be somebody, and then having the people, look at them in a specific way, like maybe perhaps a NASA propulsion engineer, and then, give themselves over to that, trustingly, the person saying that, and then all of a sudden, this person says, I thought I was a flat earther. I came to my realization, and then so it's not as easily digestible as it would if somebody was just to come from a standpoint of not having that background. So it's more of a thing that we have to think about in here.
Yeah, it's unusual. Yeah, it's very unusual.
It's highly suspect. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying to be more discreet about probing him, but I guess now that's out there, I'm just gonna come out and because I wanted to ask you, like, what this whole time that you're working there, did you guys have to know how propulsion works in a vacuum? And what do you have to think?
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I was looking at the
that's
That's great that you asked him that question. I'm looking at the timeline The timeline has to make sense from the part where you get out of high school to you go into college, from the time that you study a specific degree in your major until you go into work for a company, from the company to like how many years you've been doing this. And then he sounds to be in his 30s, let's say.
It's just it's just a little hard to.
It's a bit hard. It's a bit hard to digest.
He can have, because the thing is, he can have a complete profile, background story, memorized scripts and scenes and fake memories. Yeah, I get all that, but that's why I was trying to ask.
But what if that's not the case, and we sound like crazy people for thinking for
y'all don't sound crazy. You just sound a little bit paranoid for good reason, because there's a lot of stuff to be.
Yeah, so I'm bringing to the forefront. I'm bringing to the forefront that the level of skepticism for somebody that's actually been a part of that program and then comes into this chat is highly suspect. I'm not saying that anyone can't do that. I'm saying that they need to be taken a bit more skepticism for what the timeline from like where they were at to where they're at now. And if your story is what it is, fine, let it be that it is. It's not unusual for us to feel this like kind of a line of questioning for what it is.
He did say that when he first found out, so that was kind of a genuine reaction to Flat Earth, in my opinion. But it could be just good acting. It's not, don't mean to insult you, man. We're just, patting you down, at the gate.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. I mean, so as I said, I'm not really here to talk about Flat Earth, but I guess you guys want me to talk about it. But I was just here to really ask for help, and because
Mickey's right. Because I was gonna say, dude, you're like, we should keep this guy alive, man. You're like a very valuable asset. Then if you send your way to NASA, you're sticking your neck out, man. Like,
if you're genuine, Manwe, if you're genuine, then you become an valuable asset to the cause. Because a lot of people, like the ones that come in here, say, well, there's nobody from NASA saying anything, and then you'd be like the guy.
Yeah, no, there's more than just me, because my wife and I have we went down to Florida some years ago, and apparently the lady who we checked in with at the hotel, her husband currently works at NASA. This was a few years ago, so I don't know if he still works there now, but at that time he worked at NASA, and he is also a flat earther as a current NASA employee.
But just not outwardly.
I'm like, whoa.
He's not going to be outwardly saying things. It jeopardizes.
No.
The liability, where he works at. Anyway, but yeah, I get the point. But the thing is, if that is the case, then we have more to talk about, right? So there's much more. But like I was saying, the timeline and everything of the history of like where you began, where your flat Earth journey began, and I heard you say something that you were a part of this community before. I don't know if that's correct or not. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, but just to me, the only thing
I joined the Discord a long time ago, but I just never really so I used to try to get the word about Flat Earth all the time, every day, all day, and it just kind of like took a massive toll on my wife and I's relationship, and so I guess I kind of went into like red pilling retirement mode, if you will, and then COVID hit, and honestly, like I kind of wanted nothing to do with this world, to be honest with you, and so I kind of just disappeared for some years. So now I'm kind of just trying to build my YouTube, and we moved into the middle of nowhere, and I got some animals. I don't know if you can hear my birds or whatever, but we're just trying to kind of survive here, and I'm just trying to build my YouTube channel, and I'm so close to getting 1,000, so we can finally get some freaking money, and that's kind of why I'm here asking for help.
If you're a man about your word, and everything's legit all across the board, and people are hearing you and all that, then the community will embrace that. And I guarantee you, this community specifically is a strong asset to have in the truth circles, right? So the truther circles.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So we are a powerful ally in that we are every nation under the sun gathering under the banner of truth. So, but that's why it's also the same place for somebody who claims to be a flat earther. It's the hardest place to be, this server. Because a lot of the other ones would just accept whatever speculations, and they're built on that. This is built on a very different foundation, and everybody in here like they come to an understanding after some time that this is, we speak truth and everything that we say is backed up, and not only that, we have people that will testify to that from every nation under the sun. So just like as you becoming somebody a part of this community, we would value that even more so because you work for a company that's allegedly deceiving mankind. So
Yeah.
um
Wait, are you not a flat earther, or are you?
If you're trying to build like subscribers, that's more on a skill level of editing / filming / those kinds of skills where you have to
all that stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, you guys can check out my channel. I feel like it's pretty good. You can judge whether you think I'm like good at it or not. I'm certainly open for suggestions and all that too. Like I can put it somewhere if you guys want or whatever. But
so Manwe, were you asking if I'm a flat earther? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool.
But what I'm saying is also YouTube is what it is, but you can only go so far with a platform like that. I would say look into a platform right now currently that's gaining steam is Rumble, which is the one I'm on at the moment.
That's what somebody told me about, and I was like, well, maybe I'll put my stuff on there as well.
Well, do your homework. But I would say that from the truther standpoint, you're not going to get far.
1,000 subscribers. I got 1,000 subscribers on TikTok in like 4 days. So
did you really?
Probably
the thing of it is, like, I don't actually talk on my channel, so my channel is only music.
Well, how is that sequitur to what I said?
Oh no! I was responding to I think Mayhem said, I'm only going to get so far on YouTube, because here's the thing, like I'm not trying to like red pill anybody on YouTube. I'm just trying to have a channel that actually
generates sequitur to what he said.
Well, because isn't he trying to say that you can only go so far on YouTube because they'll ban you for talking about certain things like flat Earth or whatever?
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm misunderstanding what he's saying.
Wasn't the initial thing you came in here with this was, this community embracing your platform, thus growing your platform so that you can get monetized?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping I could ask you guys for some help in that area.
Well, that's in conflict because of what Miggy said. So that's why I'm like, well, how is your response sequitur?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, but no, hold on, man. No, we're not doing that. Okay, if it's not about flat Earth, if it's not about what we're doing here, we're not going to spend we barely have resources to spend on ourselves on this topic here on this server. So we're not going to go out our way to, do all that for. We're all trying to eat. We all do that on the side. We don't try to make money. You're not going to make money talking about truth or flat Earth. That's like the worst thing.
No, you could never. Yeah. You could never. I mean, Eric Dubay probably doesn't. He still have a monetized channel?
I was trying to say, Bong, you just simply you can't say that. That's not true.
I think there's a bunch of people who have monetized flat Earth YouTube channels.
But here's the thing, though. You have to have a system that you're going to work with. If you're going to work within the parameters of YouTube system, then you're going to have to flourish using their system.
Right.
So the question is, do you want to use it or not? You say you want to gain traction so that you can get monetized. Well, I said to you initially, well, good luck with that. I mean, there's nothing else that we can do. Bong doesn't want to be a supporter. I told you that this is a revolving door. Perhaps someone wants to.
I'm not trying to dock myself.
You'll know when someone wants to. Basically, is what I'm saying. If they don't want to, then that's a shame. But it is what it is.
No, it's fine. I don't need everybody or whatever. Like, even if just a few people, happen to be interested in my music or whatever, that would be awesome. All I'm saying is that it would be cool if flat earthers got together and just supported each other in whatever realm it was that they needed support.
Yeah, we do that. And on my journey as I grow, I'm definitely planning on doing that. Witsit's doing that. QE's doing that. People are doing that. We're doing that here with this Discord of 30 or almost 30,000 people.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Yeah. Is there somewhere that I can put my channel so that whoever wants to can see it? Like, I'm not trying to shove it down anybody's throat, but I certainly like if
Well, you
somebody wants to look at it.
just post the link, and if people want to subscribe, that's usually how it works. So
Yeah, no, but
Look,
where
man,
though?
you're saying you're
no,
from NASA,
you
man.
just post it in the no. Look, the quick response to not bog the conversation down because someone wants to actually be unmuted. Ash Cookham does. So we're gonna have to talk to him, but yeah, you just post it in the public space where people are talking, the lobby here, whatever, and people will either subscribe or they won't. It's the same for everyone here. Now, if you're asking us to mobilize behind you and your content, well, again, that would be up to us individually. Is
You can't.
Yeah, no, if somebody
we're not gonna just systematically just you know you know
Yeah, you're not gonna come in here, right, and just to drop a bomb like I used to work for NASA, and then say, "Oh, by the way, can you come support my music channel that has nothing to do with flat Earth?" Like what? Like back
Exactly.
up just a little bit there, real quick. First, you say
I
you used
mean,
to work for NASA.
I
Let's
mean,
talk about that, man. What?
yeah, but if you're
What?
into music, this unless it's flat Earth music, you
well
need.
guys, you know what a
This is
closed
probably the wrong
like
place for you.
yeah we told yeah we don't that has been elucidated. Now Ash Cookham would like to be unmuted, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. We're gonna talk to Ash Cookham, right? Because Ash Cookham wants to have a conversation. In order to do that, Ash Cookham, you have to actually be in the in here. So
Gotta cook
maybe
them
he
all.
is. Let's see, is he up? Is he up in VT check-in? No. So I don't know. Somebody needs to let
Oh,
him know. Oh, his
mic
name is
check, mic
Link.
check.
Yo.
Mic check,
Gotta cook
Elijah.
'em.
I hear you.
Aye, mate. Yeah, I was just saying to the other guy, like, if he's doing music, then he really needs to find a platform, a music platform. That was
No,
the
no, I
best
know,
thing
but
to do.
you hear me trying to talk to somebody who wants to have a flat Earth conversation. Perhaps, maybe, maybe not. What
Right.
we're not like let everybody focus. Okay, there's a person in there who wants to be unmuted, who wants to speak. So let's acknowledge that person. So I guess in the meantime, go ahead, one deck.
No, there's nothing, Elijah. I was just saying the other guy with the music thing going on and NASA. Probably, like you say, it's probably the wrong place, really. I mean, if I was promoting my music, I'd be going to like music places who are into that music I'm making, and targeting them. I wouldn't necessarily go to a flat Earth fucking server to promote my music mixes unless they was flat Earth related.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what's
no, that's
interesting
fair.
is flat. There's a guy who's created a website who has over 1 million hits on his flat Earth slash red pill music, and he just kind of came
Oh,
in here
Flat
and we
Earth Guru?
embraced him. Yeah, so he came in and we embraced him because, well,
Dude,
he
I
had
love that
already
guy.
built that for himself. And we found it to be good, and so those of us
His
who
music
should
is so
support him
good.
should support him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love his songs.
So there you go. Why don't you talk to him or something?
Oh, I know, right? Is he on here?
He is when he comes in. Yeah,
Is he come often?
quite often.
I'll have to mess. Is his name Flat Earth Guru on here as well?
Think so.
Or what is it? Flat Earth Music Guru, something like that?
No, it's Conspiracy Guru.
Conspiracy Guru.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did he might have left, or how? Does it not spelled with conspiracy? He might
Yeah, but
not be here anymore.
your music isn't flat Earth related, is what I'm saying.
No,
By the sounds of it,
no.
you're sampling like computer game music and whatever you're
Yeah,
doing with
no,
that.
it's not related.
Yeah.
I was just kind of wondering if y'all would help, just by virtue of the fact that we're all flat earthers, and I think we should all support each other. But I'm not trying to
I subbed to you, so
Thank you.
no problem, man.
Yeah. I do music. I don't necessarily like people come to me and they ask me, "Hey, where's your music?" Like I don't tell them, "Hey, you." I mean, you can. That's the whole point. You as an artist want to be supported. I'm just saying it has to be relevant, right?
Yeah, no, and I figured it was kind of like a long shot, but I was like, well, who knows? Maybe they'll be supportive, maybe they won't. But either way, I'll try because I'm kind of desperate at the moment. So not to sound desperate, but I am.
But check out the live stream voice text because old dude posted conspiracy music gurus link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I also do music, and I love having an opportunity to plug myself in wherever I can.
Yeah.
I mean, the way to win in music is like you either create a real audience or you get streaming bots. I mean, everybody's doing streaming bots. You know what I mean? It's not just like ask a couple of people here and there.
Somebody actually already posted one of my videos.
If you want to be if you want to be successful, the first thing you need is a proven system. That there are boatloads.
Oh, I know. All right. Oh, do I have the Red Pill Philosophy interview? That's a good question. I think I recorded that somewhere, but I don't know. He deleted that? Hey, is that guy still in the chat? Who was that said that? Blue guy.
Blue Jumper knows you, apparently.
Blue Jumper knows me. Yeah, because he might have seen the interview that I did with Red Pill Philosophy.
I think he
Is Red Pill Philosophy in here?
Blue Jumper interviewed you a few years back, I think is what he said.
Oh, Blue Jumper, are you Red Pill Philosophy?
Hold on. What did he say?
He's asking.
Oh no.
See, here's the thing.
Okay,
So I didn't see.
I said that
I wasn't looking at the chat because I was over here standing by the window because you guys kept telling me I was roboting. So I stepped away from my computer. So I'm on my phone talking to you guys, and I can't see the chat. But when I walk back to my computer, I can see the chat. But then I start roboting, maybe.
Well, you're fine right now. We hear you. But Blue Jumper didn't say that he interviewed it. I'm sorry. I just misread it. He said that you had an interview with Red Pill Philosophy a few years ago. No, I don't know. But Blue Jumper recognizes you, and he was vouching for you in the chat.
Yeah, I remember talking to him. I think I recorded that as well, because apparently, according to Blue Jumper, Red Pill Philosophy deleted that. But probably because it got too spicy for YouTube, honestly. And it probably would be too spicy for this as well. I don't know. I haven't really fully read all your guys' stuff, but I'm gonna try to keep it PG or whatever. But
Well, really, all you gotta do is keep it flat Earth.
yeah, I can do that. There's so many related things though, and that's kind of why we got off on so many tangents on the Red Pill Philosophy show. Is he still around? I haven't really, like I said, I haven't done any major like red pilling stuff in a good while.
Well, the last place he was seen, I guess, his own library. So it's good to probably look there first.
Yeah, that guy was super cool. He was on Gab back when I was frequenting Gab. I don't know if anybody else is on Gab, but
It sure would be cool to see your interview.
yeah, I'll see if I can dig it up. Problem is, I'm so and I hate to keep going back to this, but like I'm so preoccupied trying to build my channel though at the moment, and that's why I'm like, man, that's why I guess I'm kind of just exploring like every avenue. That's why I even came to you guys because I'm like, man, how the hell can I, I'm just trying to.
Where would you begin to look if you were looking for that interview?
My computer, it would be like in my file somewhere.
Is it a tedious process?
Well, the problem is I have such a, yeah, probably. It would definitely take time for sure. Cause it's like sorting through, recordings and things like that. Like folders and it's like, it was years ago too. So now God knows it's probably buried.
Understood. I was looking for this audio where, I asked them in Gym Pandas, can you put...
Hey, you're cutting out, Elijah. Or maybe it's me. Can you guys hear Elijah?
Nah, he cut out.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Elijah, if you can hear us, we can't hear you right now. Yeah, no, I know. I come across like crazy to you guys.
I didn't even look for it. I thought it for 2 minutes, and I was like, no, I can't find it. So I get it. I get it.
And especially now too, because I make content, I'm always recording stuff. So I have like probably thousands I have 8 terabytes on my hard drive, and it's probably like pretty close to 7 out of 8. Like I need more space, or I need to do a better job of organizing. And really, I probably should just be deleting more stuff, honestly.
What? Red Pill Philosophy deleted all his FE content on library?
Apparently, according to Blue, what's his name? Blue something?
What's that about?
Blue Jumper. You got to remember him because he's been in the chat vouching for you, buddy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna remember him now. I just didn't remember the second part of his name.
I'm just messing with you, please. I'm just kidding.
No, hey, I never know because you guys are kind of, on my case, which I understand. Like, I get it. So I can take it. I'm a big boy.
Yeah, so good luck, I guess.
Thanks, buddy. But I guess if you guys need me for anything, just PM me or whatever, and because if you ping me on here, I may or may not see it. But if you direct message me, I'll definitely see it because I have all my what is it called? I have it on Do Not Disturb.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I imagine that a handful of us subscribe to your YouTube. So, of
awesome,
the few of us, I know I'm Flatsy Klein on here, but I'm Kim Hopkins. You can sub to me too. I've got music.
Sounds good to me.
Can you send me a link, Flatsy?
Send me. Yeah. Yeah, you guys should probably have like some kind of place where people can put wherever they're.
We do. We There's a ton of us that do music and have posted it in here. So that's why I said perfect. You can post it. I don't know what else you want us to do.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you posted it?
No, what I'm saying is I called
there it is.
this period of our time, a period of time in this server, the new Renaissance, because we had just started doing music. A lot of people like the guy named CI, he did some music, and I was just inspired. I was like, you know what? I do good music, so I think I think Flat Earth could probably use a good sounding, song that doesn't, good quality. And then other people just started doing songs too. So yeah, we have a place where we post music. It's probably labeled under music or Flat Earth music or something in one of the channels. You could just post there.
Well, Elijah, I put it in the live stream voice text, and the way that I got it is that I clicked on his name and it was in his bio.
No, your
Is it
stuff.
really? In my
Your
Oh, my stuff. Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. Oh, I posted. You know what? Look at this. You know what? Let's play this on the bot. There's the woman by the name of, damn, what was her name? Because her name was similar to Leluka's, so I'm thinking Leluka, but it's not Leluka, who I also did music with. It is, shoot. Let me look. Hold on. Type my name in here, then I find all the stuff that I posted, and it should be, here we go, by Jicky Droppy or Yicky Droppy, or yeah. I'm just gonna post it for you guys, and I want you guys to play this song. It's a what do you call it? It's a cover with the words changed to fit Flat Earth. So she has an amazing voice and she plays the piano. So let's go ahead and play this.
Hey, I subbed to your channel, Kim, or Flatsy.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got it. Hey, can I post pictures in the live stream voice text? Or maybe it's my Discord just messed up.
You're roboting, buddy.
Damn it. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back to the window. Hey, can I post pictures in that text voice chat? Or
I think you have to have a certain role. You have to have the link embed role. You just have VC verified, I think. Yeah, that's all you got. You need a link embed. You can still post links, but not.
Yeah, maybe I'll just post the. Yeah.
Can somebody play that on the Flat Earth song "Round and Round" that I posted? How do you use the bot again? I don't know. I didn't use it right.
It was it's M, but I don't think it's capital M. I think it's just M. The exclamation mark.
Exclamation.
There we go.
There's some pianos.
Round and round on a sphere. Tell me, how do we get here? In the first place, hurtling through space. Big and bang is what they say, but I think it's more the anyway.
Boy, that cut out.
Yeah, that just like
Did somebody
went away really quick.
or was that just the end?
Either way, that was good.
No, only
Yeah,
the
I agree with that.
That was nice.
that was only the beginning.
I was in jazz band when I went to college for music, so I can appreciate the jazzy. I even dab into the bluesy.
Oh yeah.
I was in band. I was in marching band.
Yeah, I was in jazz band and choir and all the things.
I was in choir at a church that I went to back when I used to live in a different state. Kind of miss that actually, but what are you gonna do?
I did the Handel's Messiah for a few years in a row. That was something. I was
Nice.
soprano.
Wow,
It's
that's
just
something because your voice is kind of not exactly that high pitched.
I know it was kind of weird to me that I was soprano, but I think it's just because I have the range. Like when they test you, like the way that they do it, you stand up with everyone and you hit arpeggios of each scale, and you just keep going up. And if you can't go up anymore, you sit down. But if you can keep going, stand up and keep going. I was able to keep going.
Wow, nice.
just on the Elijah, just on the songs and everything like that. I say I post the odd little DJ mix. I do some house music. I also write a few flat earth poems. I've got a little section on FED, and I just feel like reading a poem. So I'm just going to read you a poem, and it's called "Formerly Known as the Curve." Back in the old days, they used to say, especially when watching a boat sail away, the boat would disappear bottom first. They said this was because of Earth curve. But then in 2020, January, they discovered the black swan imagery. The distance to the oil rigs and the horizon afar proved the globe radius out by far. Finding this proof caused a lot of tension and a list of globe alterations that I'll briefly mention. The distance to the sun will now have to change. The size of Venus can't remain the same. And what about time and orbits too? What's the ISS going to do? And I've only mentioned a few. The size of landmass on maps would alter. Navigation and travel would surely falter. These are the things a larger radius would do. What's it going to take to convince all of you?
That's great.
That was a good one, Deck. That's awesome. I realized on FED's
You wrote that?
that you have your own section.
Dang, dude, you should make a song out of that.
Every you ask Elijah, every time I read a poem, someone says you should get a song out of that. And I do DJ and I can do beats, but I just try and keep to the poetry. But yeah, I just write myself. I've got a section on FED, One Deck's poetry.
What you could do is you can focus on the poetry, and then you could have like one of your buddies, somebody else in here or whatever. They can make it into a song. And y'all can just kind of publish it together.
Yeah, anyway, we was on the music and the lyrics, so I just thought I'd read you a poem. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Heck yeah, man.
That's awesome, One Deck. And it's awesome that FED gives you a little section in their server. That's what's up. Love it. Alright, guys, I gotta go and get some more coffee and figure out what my son is doing.
Bye. Good meeting you.
Yeah, see you later.
I'll be right back. I'm not leaving. I'll be right back. It's not like I live in a big place.
But I'm just totally off the subject this now. Well, it's not totally off the subject. For some reason, I was thinking about something the other day, and it was to do with angles and numbers, and something I read somewhere. So I was testing it out. Like, if you write, say for instance, you write the number 1 with like a tilted line and then a plumb line, that's the number 1. And if you look at that, there's one angle. Yeah. And then if you do 2, number 2, like it's a line across, then a down, and then across at the bottom. So you've got like a horizontal line, an angle line, a sloping line, and then another horizontal line. You've got 2 angles. That's number 2. And then you can do this through all the numbers. But I did come to a number. Oh, I think it might have been number 7. I went through every number like this, so you can do it with every number up to 9, and there's the same amount of angles for that number, depending on how you write or draw the number. But there's one number that's a bit of a nightmare, and it's number 7. And I just wondered if anybody else had looked into this and could help me out with the number 7. I think it was.
Do you have a picture that you drew? Can you post a picture?
I can't at the moment. I was writing it down and actually drawing it, but that's why I was sort of describing it. You know, like if you can imagine a number 1, you're just like a little line up and then one straight down like a plumb bob. That just gives you an angle. One angle. Yeah. And then 2. If you draw another line on that at the bottom of the plumb line to the right, you draw it across. You've got 2 angles. So that's the number 2.
Yeah.
And you can do that with number 3. You've got 3 angles. You can do it with number 4. You've got to do the 4 in the certain 4 way, because you can write 4 in a couple of ways. But there is a way that 4 does it with 4 angles, 5, 6. There was. I think it was number 7 was not playing ball with me. Pardon the pun.
That's funny.
Anyway, I don't know why I even mentioned that. It was just something I was doodling away with the other day. I thought I might ask everybody, has that popped into anybody else's head? And does anybody know anything about it?
I don't think I've ever thought about that, but you make a good point.
But it's good because you're bringing angles into numbers. So we angles are quite relevant in our discussion topic. And numbers are, and everything sort of comes from angles, or angles angels, angles and numbers. It's all sort of ties in a little bit, doesn't it? Anyway, I'll try and I can't do it at the moment. I'll post something and let you know. But have a think about it anyway.
All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to head out unless anybody else wants to ask me anything else or grill me on this or that. But we can always talk later, too. So feel free to have me join or whatever anytime.
Here's a question before you go. What is the meaning of life?
Isn't the answer like 24 or 42 or something like that?
It's whatever in the world of relativity. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, I guess the Bible says, seems like we're here to kind of take care of the land and the animals and the plants and to multiply. That's my understanding.
I mean, I definitely agree with you on that. That the Creator has he provided us with the earth and the oceans, and it's our job to, but we've got to maintain them to the possible best way we can.
Yeah.
And the heavens above and the luminaries, that's the Creator's domain, I think. But I mean, I always think, what as a human, forget everything, forget structural, systems, how we live at the moment. Just get yourself in a place where there's nothing, right? You just forget everything in your mind. As a human being, what would the perfect situation be for a human being to feel at its best? What are the needs and what are the requirements to feel? What is what would we be doing? What would we to feel perfectly? I'm looking for a word here and I can't find it. Perfectly natural in our natural state. What would it be? Would we be in perfect silence, just at peace within ourselves? Would we be physically doing things? What would that? What would it be to be in pure human being bliss? What would it be?
A good question. Just like standing in the woods or in a field with the wind blowing and maybe some birds chirping or something.
Well, it's funny. I've just to go a little bit. My daughters took me out yesterday for the Father's Day, and we went on a hike in the Lake District in the UK. We did a good scramble. It's called Jack's Rake. It's a grade 1 scramble up some rocks. It's quite tricky and technical. Anyway, blah. We did the hike. We got to the top of the mountain, and we had some food. And there was 5 of us, and we did a meditation, like a 10-15 meditation, and it was absolute bliss because there was nobody else there. You could just hear it was a lovely day. You could just hear the wind and the birds tweeting and the bees buzzing about, and we all just closed our eyes. And my eldest daughter led the meditation on just our awareness of the noises coming through and how we felt with our breath, and how our body felt with the wind blowing against us up on the mountain. And that's what you just said, that it was perfect, just being in nature. Perfect.
Yeah. My wife was talking about Eckhart Tolle, I think maybe yesterday, and how, you just kind of sit there and you just feel, and you just you don't even think about what you're thinking about. You monitor the thoughts. You don't even allow it to take root in your mind, I guess, so to speak.
What you do is you become aware of the thoughts, but you don't react on them. You let the thoughts come in because you can't stop them.
Yeah.
You're just aware of them, and you let them do what they do, and then go. And then sometimes you just got to realize that if you sat there doing that, your body's actually doing everything. Your heart's beating, your lungs are doing what they're doing, your breath's doing what it's doing, and that's not taking no effort, or you don't even cut. That's just doing that naturally. But it's them thoughts that coming in. But as long as you just got, like you just said, you've just got to be aware of them thoughts and don't react on them. They'll come and they'll drift out again.
Right. Yeah. Or you'll get distracted by a butterfly flying by, or
just notice it. That's what you do. You just notice it. That's all you got to do. Notice it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, and I'm not big. Not that I don't agree with it. I'm just not really into the Bible or scriptures. But when I've read things from the Jesus, I think Jesus mentions something like being still and quiet.
Yeah.
He mentions that a lot, and I think that relates to what we're just talking about, being still and quiet.
Yeah. I think people don't do that enough, probably.
Well, look at the system we're in. It's horrendous, isn't it? You
Yeah.
just don't. I mean, there's some people who probably have a lot of time, but I mean, the majority of the world and me, I work long hours. I don't stop. I'm tired. I'm grafting. I'm doing physical work, and then I've got my family, and I've got, I don't fucking stop, really.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that little bit of meditation.
Start growing some food and start growing some animals and start growing some food and maybe slowly but surely try to get out of that. That's what I did. Now I'm kind of struggling financially, but at least I have peace of mind of like not having to be, I don't know, just like in a hamster wheel.
I know,
and
again,
I much prefer that.
I'm saying not into the Bible. But I keep going back again with the Jesus story. Look at Jesus. He was like, he just walks around speaking the truth and telling you things. I think he just turned up at people's houses for food.
Yeah, wherever anybody was cooking and eating. Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, he just turned up at people's houses for food, and Yeah, I don't know.
I think there would have been a time where really any of us could have done that too. Like in a previous, like some decades ago, probably any of us could have done that. But today, if you try to knock on certain people's houses, you're probably not going to get the very kind reception that you would have gotten.
Right, we all see it all the time, don't we? I mean, I see it. I mean, it's worse in certain countries and certain areas, but I see it on the streets of Manchester in the centre, and I always try and make a bit of an effort with the homeless and everything, but, you see people just walking past people in despair. I mean, I know these con artists about homeless con artists who aren't actually homeless. We get that here a lot.
Right, yeah. They just want drinking money or whatever.
The worst one I saw was about 5 years ago. I spent a few days in Rome, and I went to the where was I? Was it Colosseum or the Vatican or somewhere up there where the Pope is anyway. And then I was walking up there, and there's this guy, and he was legit. You could tell his head was swollen. He was just sat against the wall. He had his cardboard sign out, and this is going to the Christian house of all houses, and everybody was just walking past him. But I thought, I'm in Rome. I mean, but I wasn't flattered. I knew the story anyway. I know about the Jesuit Catholic religion and all that. But what I'm saying is, these people are supposed to be like, and he was walking past the guy. You could tell he was in pain. He was struggling. And they're all there to go and see the Pope and can shout about the fucking religion, and they're not acting upon the morals of the religion. Anyway, I went to the guy. I just got him a bottle of water. I went and bought him a sandwich, and he looked like he was a leper. To tell you the truth, he did look a little bit frightening. To a child who would look at him, he'd think, "Oh God, he had a big."
You were there. This was your experience, or?
Yeah, I was there. I was going to the Vatican, going to Rome to see the fucking where the Pope lives on my Rome city break trip. And as I'm walking up, there's this guy there, but he had a big balloon on the side of his head, and his lips. He definitely was disformed in some way, and he was dirty, and he was sat on the wall begging for money, and you could tell he needed help. And everybody going to see the Pope was just walking past him.
Sad.
And I thought that just fucking sums it up for me.
That it does, man, because that's the thing is like people are so focused on what they're doing, and it's just a system. It's like a systematic lack, which drives people's behavior to be very selfish. If we all were living in abundance, it wouldn't really. It would be a situation where somebody would walk by and be like, "Yo, do you need something?" And especially like if people have all the time in the world and nothing to do, and they just see somebody struggling, like of course they're gonna go over there and help them.
Well, of course you should. I mean, and that's what works, you see. Gratitude, and you can call it karma, you can call it reap and sow, you can call it what you want, but we all know what it is. And, you know, I said it the other, I was on FAD talking to someone in the after show last week, and I was saying, you know, I do it. I don't go out me. If I see someone in need, I'll try and help them. You know, and you just not just. I don't do it for this. What I'm just going to say, but you do actually feel better when you're helping people in need.
Yeah,
100%, you do. I'm not saying do it for your selfishness. You want to feel good, but it does. It does do that. And I was saying to the guy, I was saying to the FED after show, let's all make a fucking pact that tomorrow, it could be a small thing, it could be a big thing, but make a point of every day, just try and do something nice for somebody. You know, just a nice gesture for somebody. Just go out your way and just do something for somebody to help them. It could be in a supermarket. Could be in a supermarket.
I hate to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. Blue Jumper just posted my interview. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, man. I apologize.
It's all right.
I just got so excited that I was like, "Oh my god, he found it!" I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, it's all right. Well, everybody should just jump on that, press play, and then save it in the YouTube, and that's what I'll do now. But anyway, you know what I'm on about. Keep doing good deeds. Keep helping people.
Yeah.
And you'll feel great.
Yeah, for sure.
But make a point of doing it. Get up in the morning and think, I'm going to help somebody today. Whether it's helping a woman across the road, whether it's passing something off a supermarket shelf for an elderly lady who can't reach, pass that, open a door for somebody, throw a quid in someone's fucking hat that's begging. Just do it.
Yeah.
Make a point.
I can't believe you found this. I'm gonna have to listen to this again because I don't even remember what I said.
It's all right, but by doing that, that's good energy, yeah. So you're putting good energy out there, yeah, and that energy is going to be absorbed. You're putting good, loving energy into the system, and that's what's lacking. Right. That's what's lacking with all the media and the system we're living in. It's all negative, fear, and depressing energy. So we need to. That's what we need to do. We need to up this energy.
It's sometimes like the ether.
Just a quick, sometimes even the flat Earth, which I'm obsessed with, and I have been since I found it. Sometimes that can get, that draws you away from it a little bit. Sometimes because you're fighting but that takes you away from. That takes you away from. You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to say that it doesn't matter about the shape of the Earth because it does. But imagine putting that's taking your energy into that way there, where this is what we said in the beginning. What is the best state for a human being to be in, and what's the perfect situation for a human being, is obviously looking after the Creator's Earth, what he made for us, and helping our fellow human beings, and making sure we're okay and we're doing the right things for ourselves and for the Earth that the Creator made for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've waffled on a bit. I'm going to check your video anyway. Peace and love.
Take care, man. I know what he's saying, though, man, because it's like, I think that's kind of what took me out of the flat Earth like realm, like what just kind of eventually made me kind of fade away from it is because it can be so mentally and emotionally taxing to just argue with globers. Sometimes it's just, and especially like if they're not, how do I put it? Like if they're not genuinely trying to learn your perspective, they're just trying to give you a hard time or whatever.
Yeah, well, I sorry to interrupt again. I heard your story before, and I could relate. And the guys on FED and the guys that know me, I've told this story 1,000 times. I was exactly the same. Found flat Earth. Just to wrap it up in a nutshell, found flat Earth. didn't know people even was thinking about flat Earth. I thought I was a chosen person to go and spread the word, and started forcing it around everybody's necks because I knew the Earth was flat, and I was ramming it down my partner's throat, my family, my friends, right? And then I found some flat Earth groups.
Just like that.
Yeah, but then I got into the debate thing a little bit, and I didn't even know about trolls and fucking anti-flat earthers and all this. I'm thinking, what the and then I met these people, and I'm thinking, this is like heavy shit. What's going on? And that's what I did. I did about a year of that, and I thought, fucking hell, this is hard work. But I didn't really know the arguments or anything. I was out doing stuff and talking a load of shit, trying to fight the flat Earth, and I didn't know any facts or have any compared to how I am now. Anyway, that's what I did. I fucked it off for 2 years. I thought, I've fallen out with a partner who I've known from school. I've lost a couple of friends. I feel just fucking isolated.
It can
so
be,
I thought, I'm just going to leave this alone. Just left it alone for 2 years. I left it alone. But I can't stop. But I
no
back
kidding.
into it.
You're like me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because it's, especially when you first find out, like, you're just like, oh my gosh, like, this is so big and so important, like, I need to tell everybody. And it's like, each one of us is only one person by ourselves. And, it's like, you get so much passion and drive to, like, how do I fight this evil that is, just seem to completely grip the whole populace? By myself. So therefore you end up just being so over the top.
Yeah. I've been exactly in that place, mate. I know it.
All right, y'all. Well, take care, and thank you, everybody who supported me, and anybody who wants to or whatever. And just let me know if you want me to come talk to somebody. And if I have time, I'll be happy to do it.
Manwe, I sent you an instant message or direct message, whatever. Take a look at that. This is Wave Mixer.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good, man.
Yeah, see you later, bro.
Bye. Is it Wave Mixer? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Or is it Wave Mixer? Yeah,
Yeah, the E is silent. Wave is like a wave file, sound file.
Yeah, you got a B flat in your icon there. Is B flat? Let me see. Let me click on your name. How the heck do I? It isn't working for me here. There it is. Is B flat 7.38 hertz?
7.83 hertz is the Schumann resonance, and that's the frequency of the Earth. And it's 2 octaves lower than the lowest B on a piano, and it is actually a B flat, not a B sharp.
That's cool. I love that.
So that symbol, the triangular symbol, that's the alchemy symbol for the planet Earth.
Really? Oh, and that's why you have a line through it.
Well, no, the line through it, that is the actual alchemy symbol. So I put the 7.83 hertz inside of the line. But the triangle with the line through it is a symbol for Earth, and the B flat is a note. 7.83 is the actual frequency that the Earth emanates, and that's why it's there.
Nice. That's freaking awesome, dude. I love it.
A lot of work.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I do a lot of work with frequencies, so you might want to check that out.
That's going to give me. I've got a few tattoos. Like I've got like a tattoo on. It's funny, my tattoos. I've got a sleeve, and I started my sleeve years ago before Flat Earth, and it starts off on the top of my shoulder with like the Om sign, and then I've got the Om sign, and then I thought I wanted to start it from the this is what I was thinking at the time. I want to start it from because at the time I was thinking Om is the first noise. It's like the noise of the universe and creation. That's where my head was at that time. And then I've got I thought I'd go down to the planet, so I've got a Jupiter as a ball and a Saturn, and then as it goes down, I come down to mountains, and then it comes down to forestry and stuff like that. So my arm starts from space down to the ground. Not that space exists, but that's.
So I have to ask, like, before I go, now that you are a flat earther, how do you feel about the Jupiter and the Saturn and the space tattoos?
Well, to tell you the truth, I've never thought to myself, I need to get them scrubbed off, because it's just a gentle reminder of that's what you used to be, and I've come so far from that. I even said to my tattooist at the time, and I've got this on my arm. I can show you the picture of it. I've got this on my arm. I always let her just do a little bit of her own. I said, want you to just add something to my arm on this tattoo. And I said, don't tell me what it is, just a small something. And do you know what she put? E equals MC squared. she just put that. Man. Yeah, I didn't know what she was doing. She put it on. And I've got that and planets and Jupiter and with the eye on it. I've got like a little eye, a proper eye on Jupiter where they say there's an eye. But that's how I was thinking at the time. But anyway, just to say what I'm saying, on my other arm, because I do some DJing and I like my music, I've got like a music arm with some, I've got a turntable on it, some headphones, some maracas, an old tape cassette, what you used to like, just like an old tape. Some people won't know when playing record and pause buttons and all that. I've got that, and I've got a music note. Now it's going to sound funny. I just thought I'd put a music note on there. And back in the day, I used to go out raving and all that, and we used to just pop an E, like an ecstasy tablet. So when we was dancing,
wow,
yeah. So I said, I want a music note on there, and I said, just put us the music note E on, because that's for an E. But now I've just heard the B flat. I'm gonna fucking get I'm getting a B flat on that arm now.
Because that's the resonance of the earth.
Yeah, and you've got to be flat. You have to be flat because it is flat.
That's so funny. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. B flat, of course. Duh. Yeah, that's flat. Hilarious. Oh my god, I love your symbol even more now. That's so crazy.
B flat because it is flat.
B flat because it is flat. Yeah, that's great. All right, y'all. Take care.
You was going an hour ago, mate.
I know, right? Now I'm gonna hang up though. So, bye.
See you, everyone.
Tags! What is your profession?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.